returned and considered all the oppressions that are done under the sun. And behold, the tears of such as were oppressed, and they had no comforter. And on the side of their oppressors was their power, but they had no comforter. Wherefore I praise the dead which are already dead more than the living which are yet alive. Yea, better is he than both they, which have not yet been, who have not seen the evil work that is done under the sun. Again, I considered all travail and every right work, that for this man is envied of his neighbor. This also is vanity and vexation of spirit. The fool foldeth his hands together and eateth his own flesh. Better is a handful with quietness than both the hands full with travail and vexation of spirit. Then I returned and saw the vanity under the sun. There is one alone. There is not a second. Yea, he had neither child nor brother. Yet is there no end of all his labor? Neither is his eye satisfied with riches, neither saith he, for whom do I labor? Bereave my soul of good. This is also vanity, yea, it is a sore travail. Two are better than one, because they have a good reward for their labor. For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow, and woe unto him that is alone when he falleth. For he hath not another to help him up. Again, if two lie together, then they have heat. But now how can one be warm alone? And if one prevail against him, who shall stand with him? And threefold cord is not quickly broken. Better is the poor and a wise child than an old and foolish king, who will no more be admonished. For out of prison he cometh to reign, whereas also he that is born in his kingdom becometh poor. I considered all the living which walk under the sun, with the second child that shall stand up in his stead. There is no end of all the people, even of all that have been before them. They also have come after and shall not rejoice in him. Surely this is vanity and vexation of spirit. Ecclesiastes chapter 4. Deliver me from the hands of evil spirits who have swayed the thoughts of men's hearts, and let them not lead me astray from thee, my God. Establish thou me and my seed, that we go not astray henceforth and forever. Jubilees chapter 12 and verse 20. Yes, all praises to the Most High. We glorify the one who exists, the one who is eternal, the one that has no beginning and no end, the one who has not begotten, neither is there a son to take the one's place. He was, is, and ever shall be. Just exist. Your mind cannot wrap around his, or should I say, your mind cannot wrap around the eternal's existence. For all you know is a man born of a woman is of a few days and that full of trouble. No, the I am is not born of a woman. Neither does the I am copulates with a woman. Neither does the I am have a wife. This is foolish. It's of a pagan nature. We're in the book of Job. Yes, the book of Job. The book of Job, chapter 7. Yes, book of Job, chapter 7. And Job answered Eliphaz in chapter 6. And this is still part of his, should I say, his answer to Eliphaz. Now, Eliphaz the Timnite had some really bad things to say about Job. If you can understand the roundabout talk of the elders who try to make sure they do not accuse, neither tell you that you're wrong, neither will tell you you're right, but in so roundabout ways show you that you are not quite who you say you are. Is there not a appointed time to man upon the earth? Are not his days also like the days of an hireling? This is what Job is saying to Eliphaz. Verse 2. As a servant earnestly desireth the shadow, and as an hireling looketh forward to the reward of his work. A man working, want to get paid, is what he's saying. So I am made to possess months of vanity. Is this what I'm paid? And wearisome nights are appointed to me. This is what he's saying. After all the righteousness and all the things that I've done to just exalt the Most High. See, some of you don't get God. You don't understand God. Because you don't seek to understand, you seek to judge and to accuse, like your father, the Satans. Your fathers, the Satans. For they are here to accuse you. And you are doing right after their liking, accusing even the Most High to your own detriment. He says now, so I am made to possess months of vanity, and wearisome nights are appointed me. When I lay down, I say, when shall I arise? And the night shall be gone, and I am full of tossings, and to and fro in the dawning of the day. In other words, I'm in pain. I itch. It hurts. It's burning. It's everything but what you understand. This is what it is. He says, I'm tossing to and fro unto the dawning of the day. Verse 5. My flesh is clothed with worms and clods of dust. My skin is broken and become loathsome. Parasites, flies blown upon the flesh of Job. Medically, it's a good thing that the flies did blow his flesh, for they will eat up the dead skin. This is why he takes a pot shard, a piece of pot, a broken pot, and just scrape his skin. And they help kill the infection, and they eat it all up, all the nasty stuff, they eat it. He says in verse 6, my days are swifter than a weaver's shuttle, and are spent without hope. A weaver's shuttle, this is Old English we live in. A weaver's shuttle is that part. If you ever watched the movie, it's about a man who didn't know who he was, and he was an assassin or something like that. But either way, it's a part that draws the thread and it shoots across the weave, and then it brings it down, and another part comes and it shoots across the weave. These are shuttles, weaver's shuttles. Or you can take a pole, it can be a rod, a weaver's beam. It goes all the way through, and it goes another way through the other one. Each one carries a certain amount of thread in it. It goes the width of the fabric. And it can be big, it can be small, but it goes the width of the fabric in order to make the garment. One is when the fabric is up, and the other one when the fabric is down, and you can change them out to make different designs. Yes, you can. To just help some of you to help your understanding of what a weaver's shadow is. He says, now my flesh is clothed with worm. Now in verse 7 he says, oh, remember that my life is wind. In other words, I'm here today, gone tomorrow. Our life is as the wind. Our life is spirit, is really what he was saying. It's like it's here and it's not here. We're known on the earth and then we're all of a sudden forgotten. Mine eyes shall no more see good. Because, look, I'm wasting away, is what Job is saying. The eye of him that has seen me shall see me no more. Thine eyes are upon me, and I am not. In other words, the suffering that I have, I'm holding it in. I can holler, but it won't help. I can scream and grit my teeth, but it won't help because of this loathsome disease that I have, is what he's saying. Now, as a cloud is consumed and vanisheth away, so he that goeth down to the grave shall come up no more. You are not coming up. God has a time, according to the book of Enoch. The New Testament does it no justice. It borrows and whatever they do. It's really a mess. It's best to get understanding of the books of Enoch. If you have to read it 10 times, slowly, to get an understanding of the book of Enoch, Jubilees, and the book of Jasher. For these are the books of the beginning, along with what? The book of Genesis. They're the books of beginnings. How did we get to this point? How did we get to the point of Moses, period? How did we get here? These books answer that question. Now, you hear most people on social media, they're guessing. Many are guessing based on what little fragments of scripture that have been told them. Most don't read much, but yet they have a lot to say about that little. This is why we read much and try to say as little as possible. Now, the cloud is consumed and vanished away, so he that goeth down to the grave shall come up no more. In Job's estimation, he doesn't see a resurrection. This Edomite did not see a resurrection. This is probably what you see in your New Testament, that they say one believe that you will be resurrected and one don't. But God promises here on earth, while you yet live, if you understand the history of Israel, the history of your father Jacob, you will find out that their hope was not in the here and by. Their hope and how they fought and how they dealt with things was in the now. My children need to be fed today. These enemies need to be erased today. They lived in the now. They didn't just say, and then when things were looking bad, well, if I die, God has his plans for me. But for right now, I need you, God. I don't care about the sweet by and by, the eternity. I live in eternity today. Period. You live in eternity today. Because the earth is eternal. Space is eternal. All the things around you are eternal except for you. Oh, my God, my God. All praises to his holy name. But here we go again. All praises to the eternal, the one that exists. Yes. He shall return no more to his house, neither shall his place know him anymore. In other words, in this life, you just want to do what you can do. Enjoy what you enjoy. What good is it if you impregnated each woman and you have no means to take care of the children that you have done? Or a woman you lay with multiple men and only can have a baby by one man at a time. And then all the DNAs of the other men is into that one baby, and you wonder why that baby is so sickly. Now, there's a reason why a woman can only have one husband. Therefore, I will not refrain my mouth. I will speak in the anguish of my spirit. While as yet today I can speak. I can do this. I will complain in the bitterness of my soul. It's today. I'm not dead yet. I can talk. I got ears that are listening. I can say this thing. I can complain. Yes, I can. Because something is wrong here. I am a sea or a whale that thou settest a watch over me. In other words, you're looking at me. You're gazing at me like you're looking at the ocean. When I say my bed shall comfort me, my couch shall ease my complaints, then thou scarest me with dreams and terrifies me through visions. Have you ever been so that you never could really sleep, and you just have these weird dreams and things that are happening? Some dreams are of the spirit world. God can, angels, should I say, the spirits of the Most High, even those that are Satan's, can get into your mind and cause dreams. You have dreams of fighting, dreams of everything. They can cause dreams to come. But they cannot do anything without the okay of the Most High. When I say my bed shall comfort me, in 14, thou scarest me with dreams. He's talking about how God scares him with dreams. And it is true, it is the Most High that allows these things and terrifies me through visions. Some things I see and I don't understand why I see these things. So that my soul chooses strangling. I'd rather die, and death rather than my life. I loathe it. I would not live any always. Let me alone, for my days are vanity. Oh God, let me go. That's what he's saying. Let me go. My days are useless. They are no good. Everything, even Ecclesiastes, even King Solomon found out that the things that we do are no good. To enjoy what you have today. When you constantly work and live for tomorrow until you think you got eternity, then you're going to be most miserable. But enjoy what you have today. He said, for my days are vanity, useless. I mean, what am I going to do if I'm going to make a nice puzzle or some type of art piece, or just bring my children or my wife next to me and I begin to just love on them today? That wasn't useless. That wasn't useless. If I make a cloth or a covering to make money and that I put it aside for them today in hopes that they might live tomorrow to enjoy what I do, or that they might have a home that I'm working toward today, that they might have a perpetual home throughout my generations. Today. Yesterday is gone. What love you had yesterday, you shouldn't have regretted it anyway. To regret whom you loved, although they changed, that was that day. You did it out of the goodness, and you did it out of the love from your heart. Why do you regret love? See, this is the trick of the Satans. Oh, she hurt me so bad. Oh, he hurt me so bad. No, at the time that you were with them, you loved them. Love is daily. You might hear my wash machine in the back spinning. But love is daily. Love is daily. It's not yesterday. It's not the day after. But what you do today in your relationship with your spouse. I mean, male and female. Okay, that's the only. The rest of it deserves deletion, according to the law of the Most High. And that law is my law. But either way, one day that law will be carried out. Yes, it will. But I digress on that one. But either way, here we go again. He said, I loathe it. I would not live always. Let me alone, for my days are useless. I can't do nothing. What can I do like this? Oh God, I don't know how long this is going to be, but I am just useless. I am nothing. I can't help. I can't provide. I can't do nothing. Even a man without a job can provide if he goes out through the forest and look for things that he can do or gather or whatever. But Job says, I cannot do nothing. It's useless. What is man that thou shouldest magnify him, that thou shouldest set thine heart upon him? Now this is what Job did not understand that God had did. When God sets his heart upon you, the Satans become jealous. They begin to accuse you. And there's a time when the angels, or should I say the spirits of the God of the Most High, present themselves before the Most High. They do. There's a time. Now, the Greeks put it the sons, but God has no sons. They are created beings. They are the spirits of God. That's what they are. And when the Revelation speaks of the 7 spirits of God, God has many spirits. The Most High has created many spirits. Some have fallen and some remain. Many remain. So there is no fight there. He says that thou should visit him every morning and try him every moment. Why? He wants you to be like those same angels that are stead before his face every day, even me, saying, holy, holy, holy. Oh, the one who exists, the Almighty. He wants you to be as those that Ezekiel and Daniel saw. He wants you to be as those. He wants you to be those that's not weary of loving the eternal. God wants you to love God. He wants you to be a lover of God, a love of the I am, the love of one that exists, that has neither past nor present. He's past, he's present, and he's future. God just exists. You have to get this into your head, else you're going to become pagan, period. This is what happened to a lot of us. We turn Christian or Muslim or what. It's all paganism. Well, if you boil it all down, it becomes pagan. And the scriptures are written. Yes, they have been corrupted many times, but if you do not know where the corruption is, you will still be messed up. Now let us keep going. He says, now that thou shouldest visit me every morning and try him every moment. He's talking about God trying man. God does not try man, not like that. These are the works of the Satans. This is their job. They do these things. See, we do not understand why God takes these fallen spirits and uses them in order to perfect you. Now, when you fall by the wayside after God, and the only way you can defeat a Satan or any being that has sway of the thoughts of men's hearts is through the law, statutes, and ordinances of the Most High. That's the only way you can beat them. Not know Jesus. Where is Jesus? You can say Jesus all day. Sin is sin. It's transgression of the law. Did not that same entity, or however they wrote it, tell it right? They said it's the transgression of the law, period. How can you confuse that? Now, we've got to make this make sense. Because most people do not make sense. Sharia law is wrong if you do not go by the law of the I am. There's no such thing. Something you've made up. Sharia law is a man-made law. It's not the law of the Most High. Some of it is infused in it, but it's not the law of the Most High. The law of the Most High is most plain, and it's written in the book of Exodus and Leviticus. Those are the two main books that point out everything that God has to say to you in the law. One, he starts out with the laws, and then in the book of Leviticus, he points out what the job of the Levite is and what your responsibility to the Levites are. Now, he says, I have sinned, what shall I do thee? O thou preserver of men. Who preserves men? Job understood this. This Edomite understood this. It's God. It's not your money. It's not your doctors that preserve you. Yeah, they can put a bone together, but your body mends yourself. It brings that bone together. There's nothing a doctor can do to heal you. Yes, you might get medicines and herbs and all these things, but they help the body heal itself. Certain vitamins, certain enzymes, certain chemicals that help the body to say, okay, I can do this now. Nobody can heal any. Only God gives the increase in any situation. Now let's get it again. Job, there's a lot of wisdom in this book of Job. He says, now, how long wilt thou depart from me, nor let me alone till I swallow down my spittle? My mouth is so dry, I can't even swallow my own spit, is what Job is saying. Oh, he said, God, just let me die, let me die. Let me know, I can't even swallow my own spit, it's so bad. I have sinned. He did not charge God foolishly, but he charged himself. What shall I do unto thee, O thou preserver of men? Why hast thou set me as a mark against thee, so that I am a burden to myself? Yes, a burden. In sickness and in pain and any type of torment, you are a burden to your own self in that you cannot relieve yourself. The only best cure a man or woman can think of if there's no help is death, period. And why dost thou not pardon my transgression? In other words, your transgression is pardoned when your enemies are at peace with you. Even the enemy of sickness, disease, war. When you, my God, and take away my iniquity. Did not he say, when shall I say unto the wicked in the day that he forsake his wickedness, that his wickedness shall be remembered no more? In other words, when you stop going into these definitions of these ancient idiots called translators. The minute you stop and you see the error of your ways, it's not about you saying, forgive me, it's about stop. Excuse me. It's no more in you to transgress the law. Then, and only then, will the Most High pardon and heal and restore unto you. But in this, the Most High delighted in Job, in that he's saying, I know one whose heart is pure toward me, even this Edomite, Job. For now shall I sleep in the dust, and thou shalt seek me in the morning, but I shall not be. He was saying this to Eliphaz there. But the fact is that Job understood. He didn't understand why, but he's guessing. He's putting his hand forth and he's trying to reach for things. Why am I going through this? Why do you have high blood pressure? Because you probably eating pork. Scavengers all over, chicken and everything else. Do you not know chicken is another detriment to your health? Any scavenger is a detriment to your health. Look up the history of chicken. Ask Google. Is chicken a scavenger? And it's going to take you everywhere. How chicken came about. Chicken is a hybrid. We already know about pork and all the rest of them, but chicken is so abundant. Why is it so abundant? Oh my, you so used to it, you even kill for a piece of chicken. Oh, yes, boss. But either way, if we do those things that are right according to the law and love the I am with all our heart, mind, and soul by looking at the commandments, thou shalt not have any other gods before me. Not even your Jesus, your Yahweh, your Ucha, whatever. Well, who forgive him? God. Did not even that same one said, hey, it's not all right. It's not, I don't care if you don't honor me, but that you honor the Father. Didn't he say that in the Greek essence? See, now you here praising and glorifying this Son because you want an idol. You want a man over you just like they did in the days of Samuel. Give us a king. Rejecting even the Most High. That's why Jesus was put there, or this and the other derivatives of that name, to test you and draw you backward. If we keep those things that God have charged us with, even loving our neighbors as ourselves. I'm talking about those that keep the law and are of the children of Jacob. We will have